If planning your content and having the exact system and plan on what to post and how to post takes too much time, too much effort, and too much skills that you as a brand owner might not have, then this video will genuinely blow up your whole system of just planning whatever feels right. So consistency isn't your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is that you lack a certain plan that will help your business be more organized and attract higher leverage audience and more sales. The first thing is the common problem. There are two types of brands out there. There are brands that barely post. They struggle with visibility and are largely invisible within the market. And there is no rhythm, there is no momentum, no audience, and there is no real growth. Meaning, they don't post, so they don't grow. The problem with this type of growth is fewer posting, meaning fewer results and fewer sales. And then we have the second brand, which is the brands they post consistently. So you might think to yourself, well, if they post consistently, what's wrong with that? And the thing is, they believe posting more and posting more often equals more growth. More content and more frequency gives you more noise for your brand. It doesn't mean that you will get more sales or attract higher leverage audience. It just means that you post more content that's just roaming around people's For You page without real intentions. Product photos does not give you any story. Model shots does not give you any emotions to the customers. Static images give you no identity in most cases if done wrong. And collection announcement does not give you any connection with your audience also. So posting without intention is equal to not posting at all. So the second part is the belief. The biggest myth within the post more content space is if I just post more consistently, my brand will grow. More content, more visibility, more followers. The logic seems pretty solid. I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward that if you post more, you get more engagement, you get more sales. But it never works like that. The reality is consistency without a real plan equals a content that people would not really want to watch just simply because it's the same as everyone else. So ask yourself this question. If you're outputting the same type of content that everyone else or your competitors are outputting, what is the difference and what is the thing that will differentiate you from people that are in the same market, are in the same niche? So next is the actual plan. Now you may ask me, say, Lev, well, okay, I understand that me posting content consistently does not give me any leverage on my competitors and do not drive any brand identity in my situation. What's the plan? How can I go about improving my situation where I am? So here is $1 million plan. Luxury clothing brand content strategy. First is we have the TOFU, top of funnel, which should be approximately the 40%. TOFU is the content that you output to get more views and more eyeballs on your brand. Meaning it could be trends, it could be cinematic reels, fashion inspiration, and overall viral format. So out of the whole 100%, this should only take about 40% of your content. Next is MOFU, which is the 50%. This is a super essential part, yet I want to highlight the most important thing. The MOFU should not be 100% of your content. You should not only post MOFU, because MOFU is the middle of funnel. And middle of funnel is there to nurture all the people, the 40% of content that you output is there to get the eyeballs. So all the people who saw your content, liked it, shared with their friend possibly, they then land on MOFU. And MOFU is there to attract them, nurture them. They see the content, they like the content, the top of funnel, then they actually start looking into your piece, into what you're posting, your identity, what type of brand you are, what type of sport you are as a brand, as a luxury brand can relate to, so that it makes your brand be more relatable to the audience so they buy more. And then the BOFU, which is mainly used, I like to say 10%, but all from those 10%, I would say this is mainly the ad content. This is mainly the content that directly pumps into the ad, meaning that the goal for this is to give people an urgent reason to buy right now. It could either be, a new collection launch, a limited quantities, restock, website CTAs, and just overall ads. It could also be a cinematic reels as a 10%. It should give a clear message and a clarity to the person that he should buy right now. And now comes the purpose. Every post needs a purpose. Every post needs an intent. We cannot have a random post. Coming back to when I was saying random posting or no posting at all is somewhere the same thing, because if you just post anything and everything, you attract people who genuinely they are just not there to purchase and stay with the brand in the long run. You want an audience that are actually going to be loyal to you, not just in and out shoppers, but the loyal audience and loyal sales. So this means that each piece of content should serve a singular intentional objective. Clarity of purpose is what separates luxury brands from the noise created by the overall market. So here comes the conclusion. Don't post some random generic content because it's time for you to post. Have intention for your post. Follow the plan that you created. Post with the clear objective of either it being a top of funnel, attracting more people, attracting more eyeballs, middle of funnel, showing off the pieces, or 10%, which is the bottom of funnel. Build an identity before chasing any sort of engagement. People have to land on your Instagram or on your website and relate to what you're selling, relate to the identity that you have built. Strategy creates a consistency, not the other way around. And remember this, that all of these things are really essential, because if you are just going to be building a brand focusing on just posting whatever your competitors are posting, posting whenever you feel like it, it will not drive your brand any further. And no matter if your website is the best, bio is highly optimized, or your logo is highly optimized, none of these will really push the needle if your content isn't sharp on point. Build a brand people remember. Don't just go out there and post the things that people will forget, or post the things that people will interact with and then order from and then never order again. Build something intentional and build something long-term. Now, if you like this content, I want you to give me a follow to never miss any of more luxury breakdowns for luxury clothing brands.